Hello, welcome to our classroom expectations. First thing I want to talk with you about is having a good learning space. And what is a good learning space? It's not just a physical space, it is setting yourself up to have a good learning atmosphere. And that starts with having a daily schedule, Monday through Friday. Um, when we were in school in the physical building, you probably had a set morning time to get up. You set your alarm, especially if you had to catch the bus. I want you to continue to do that. Get up like you're going to get on the bus and be coming to school. Have a really good breakfast. Get yourself dressed in your school clothes. If you have chores to do before school starts, get them done. Nothing's really different. It's still the beginning of school and we still have a schedule to keep, okay? Um, Part of that schedule is having a regular bedtime. You want to get a good night's sleep so you can have your best learning the next day, okay? Um, you also want to think about giving yourselves breaks during the day. So we're going to have our live lessons in the morning, but in the afternoons, there will be lessons set up for you to work through at your own pace. Um, you're allowed to take breaks. When you're feeling like you need a break, take one. You're allowed as long as you get your work done. Okay? That's being accountable, and we'll talk about that a little later in the slideshow. Um, Creating a physical workspace for yourself. You can see the little girl in the picture here. You want to be somewhere that's quiet and you're not going to be distracted and you can focus on the work in front of you. Okay? For a lot of you, that might be your bedroom if you have a desk in your bedroom. Some of you may have to um, share space with siblings. I totally understand that and get that. But you want to try to set up a physical space where you won't be distracted. Try not to do it in the kitchen where the rest of your family may be having their breakfast. Okay, so do what you can. Um, we're also thinking that if you are in your bedroom, you probably shouldn't be laying on your bed. It's a little too comfy and cozy. If you have a chair and maybe a tray table, if you don't have a desk, that would work too. Okay, make sure it's a quiet space. And you want to, like I said earlier, you want to get up and get dressed just like you're going to school normally. Right? Most importantly, let's stay positive. Some of our procedures for our Zoom meetings, of course, you want to be on time. You want to have your video turned on because I want to see your faces. You'll have your microphone muted. If you have a question, there's that option to raise your hand and I can call on you. Um, you want to be prepared. That means if we're at a live lesson for math class, you want to have your math materials there and a pencil and paper and a calculator, whatever you would normally need in school when you're going to a class. You want to have your materials ready, okay? Um, you want to Zoom somewhere where the internet is strong and you're not going to have any distractions. Sometimes that might be in your kitchen, um, but let your family members know I'm Zooming, so maybe they can either keep their voices down or they can move to another part of the house. If that's not possible, it's not possible. We're all doing the best we can, right? Um, Another thing I want to talk about is when the teacher is talking or the assistant or another classmate, you are quiet, okay? Again, if you have, it's just like in school, if you have a question or a comment, you can raise your hand or I'll have the chat box open for some lessons and you can comment there. But the chat is not for you to chit chat with your classmates. The chat box is there to focus on the topic of the lesson, okay? And there will always be an adult present for the Zoom meetings, whether it's me or Mrs. Rosado or Ms. Austin. So there'll always be someone with you in the Zoom meeting, okay? I think I said to be respectful. That's another thing. Organization, accountability, and be respectful. And we'll talk about that a little later in the slideshow. And talking about responding to each other. There are features in Zoom where you can respond without actually having to unmute yourself. And if you don't know those features, we'll go through them during our first Zoom session, okay? And while you're Zooming, what should you be doing? We've talked about many of these already. You want to make sure you're in a quiet place with no distractions or little distractions. Have your materials ready. Stay in one spot during the lesson. Don't get up and move around unless your internet is weak and you need to get to a stronger spot. That's fine. Don't use a fun background. You can use a virtual background if you want, as long as it's appropriate. I can't have anything flashing or spinning or anything like that because it's a distraction to me and it's probably a distraction to your classmates, okay? You want to keep your camera on, keep your mic muted. We talked about the chat feature. And when someone's talking, you want to look at the camera like we're in the classroom together, okay, so we can see each other's faces. What do you do if you're having trouble getting onto the Zoom link or your internet is crashing or it's sporadic? You can message me in Schoology, and you'll learn how to do that. Or you can send me a message through email, okay? It will happen more than once, I'm sure, but don't stress about it, okay? We'll get through this. It's all trial and error until we figure it all out, okay? What do you do if you don't understand the information that was presented in a live lesson? I want you to try to complete the follow-up activity that afternoon anyway, okay? Right after the lesson, we're going to have small group breakout rooms kind of thing. So you can let me know if you're having trouble there, or you can always message me if you prefer one-on-one help. Not a problem, okay? So there's always ways to get more help. I don't want you to feel like you can't get more help if you need it. Oh, there's my next slide. There we go. Most importantly, have fun. This is your 5th grade year. It's a big year for you guys. Even bigger this year. I've never had a 5th grade class start the year virtually. So this is new for all of us. I don't want you to feel stressed. If you're feeling overwhelmed, I've created a relaxation room. It's a virtual classroom with lots of links to do things that will calm ourselves. Okay, so and I'll show you that in another video. And most importantly, too, always try your best. If you've done your best work throughout the day, there's not much more you can do after that. Okay. So we are going to roar into 5th grade, right? We're going to hold you responsible to get your work done, to let me know if you need help. Let mom and dad know if you're struggling. They can reach out to me, and we're going to work like a team for this, okay, through this virtual business. We're going to work on organization. It's a big thing in 5th grade to get you ready for middle school. Schoology is set up really nicely to help you stay organized with getting your work done. Accountability, you need to get your work done. Okay, so if you are having trouble getting your afternoon things done, I may have to create a schedule for you with help from mom and dad because I don't know what's going on in your life at home. But you need to get your things done, and we're going to hold you accountable, but we're willing to work with you to help you be accountable. Okay? And lastly, please be respectful to everyone, mom and dad, all your teachers, the classroom assistants, your siblings, right? Everyone is struggling through this new virtual school, and we need to work together as a team. And it's going to be a great year. I mean, I've learned so much already as far as technology. So, and I'm sure I'm going to learn more. So it's going to be a great year. And those are our classroom expectations and procedures. Bye. See you soon.